Hello everyone. So I wanted to make a little video today for you guys on solids. I am going to do, what color is this one? I love this red. It's called Beijing Beauty. It's a beautiful, I don't know, rich blue red. I'm sort of still in the Valentine's Day spirit. Don't mind this. This is just so I know where to place my hands for my overhead camera. So Beijing Beauty, it's a beautiful, rich red, and I just wanted to do a quick demo because a lot of people are scared of the solids. Not scared, but they're a little less forgiving than the glitters, and I find that people tend to shy away from them or have trouble. So I want to show you a few tips and tricks. Each set, before I start, comes with a prep pad. It's just alcohol. You can use any alcohol on a paper towel, or use any kind of prep pad. That's all that is. And it comes with a Color Street nail file. And it comes with your strips. Come with 2 rows. So depending on how long or short your nails are, you can either double up, or do one layer and just do then a coat of our Clear as Day on top to kind of give it a little extra protection. My nails are already prepped and ready to go. So I am going to just break these up. I know that these are my thumbs. These are usually my middles. We're gonna go, let's see here. These are my middles. I'm gonna start with my pinky. These little guys never do anything for me, so I'm gonna get rid of those. We'll put them off to the side. This is my pinky. So one quick tip I forgot to tell you before I started is that I sit on the pack. Like, I take the pack already like this with everything in it before I open it, and I sit on it. And that sort of warms them up a little bit so they are a little more pliable and stretchable. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So what you're going to do is you take off the clear top layer. I keep the box over here and I just put all my garbage in there. And then you're going to take your strip, okay? And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to double up with this one. Well, maybe I won't. I have Clear as Day. I think I'll do a Clear as Day on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my strip. Now what you can do is kind of stretch it a little in your fingers if you want, if you feel it's not going to work. Actually, I will show you how I double. I'm going to pull some. This side is a little more narrow than the other side. So I'm going to stretch that a little bit, turn it around, and gently place on my pinky. So now what I'm going to do is I just like gently place it. And now it's kind of looking wacky. So what I do is I take one side and sort of pull it and smooth it, and then smooth it that way. Right now this one particular is I did it a little shorter and smaller because I'm going to double layer it. And then I'm going to go over it with the bigger side. And then you just you have to be careful with the solids along your edges because they will rip. And then you just sort of peel it off like that. Now I'm going to take this end. I kind of folded that one side, but that's okay. And again, you can kind of play with it a little bit and manipulate, especially if you sit on it. They're going to be a little more sticky and gooey than normal. So you do want to be careful not to sit on them too long and not to sit on them too short. I just like to warm them up a bit. So then, oops, see, that one's a little crooked. So you can pick it up and reposition it. And but when you have a double layer, you have to be careful because you don't want to, it will stick extra sticky to the set underneath. So you gently place, okay? And then what you do is you can kind of stretch it to hit one side, stretch it to hit the other, and just smooth it out, okay? and you want to smooth out your edges. And what I like to do is I like to sort of pinch it over the bottom. So it's kind of under there. Now you can either leave that or you can kind of pinch it off like that. All right, and so there's one, and it's pretty flat and smooth. And then what I do is I have my little rubber tipped cuticle pusher. I do go around my edges and I just sort of smooth it out and make sure my cuticle is pushed down. Now I'm gonna do the same on my other pinky, which is here. And you're gonna take the clear top layer off, and then you're going to take this strip off, and again we're gonna pop it off. These little guys I like to pull off. Of course the sun's gonna go down, but here's a little trick I learned the hard way. So as you pull that little bit off, you have to be careful that you don't re-stick it underneath the strip, because I've done that before. Like when I go to handle it, I'll pick it up and then it sticks underneath my strip and then you have a bump, and that really irritates me. So I'm gonna gently just place this one on, okay, and again smooth it out. It just sort of, if you do warm them up, it sort of like melts onto your nails, and again they are super sticky when you do sit on them, so you have to be careful. Now this one, I know it's a little smaller on this side because I'm going to do a double layer, so that's why I don't usually, if I do a double layer, I take the smaller end and I put it on first, and then I take the bigger end and put it on second. So then you're just going to place it. You gently place it first, and then you can kind of stretch it onto one side and stretch it onto the other, and then you just smooth it out, and then you pinch, okay, and then I like to kind of leave it on the edge for a little bit, and then I smooth out with my rubber tipped cuticle pusher along the edge. And I also do this just because in case you happen to place it a little on your cuticle, it pushes your cuticle back, and then you can smooth out that edge. Now again, you can leave that piece until the very end, or you can just pinch it off like that. Now I like to just kind of get it, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, and then I'll go and get it at the end. So there's two right there. So then I will show you, maybe I'll do a couple more. I'm going to do my pointer, and I'm going to peel this off. I don't know why I do it in this order, but I do. Usually you should go pinky to thumb, because your thumbs always do last, because they are going to be your tools. But I don't know why. I do my pinky and then my pointer and then my rings, and I jump all over the place. So again, another little tip, like I said, sometimes you get these little tabs, right? So as you can see, I'm gonna now touch my strip. You don't want that on your finger. You just have to make sure and get that off. Otherwise it will stick. Trust me, I learned the hard way. So we're gonna take this one. I don't need to stretch it too much beforehand, but I am going to put it on like this, okay? You're going to gently put it on. And if you don't like I said, if you don't like where you put it, you slowly peel it up and you can reposition. Now, this, as you can see, I sat on it a little too long and it got a little too sticky, but that's okay. We're going to play around with it, and we're going to make it work. So you gently put it on your cuticle. On your nail. I'm going to turn it around and do the other side. I happen to like them a little more gooey, because I find, especially with the solids, they just, I like to say they melt directly onto your nail. So you put it on, you just sort of tap it, And now you can kind of stretch the one side to cover one side. And it's okay if you get it over a little bit, because you're going to fix that. And then you stretch the other side to pull that over. You can easily perforate like that, but we'll do that after. And then you're going to take this one and perforate it like that. And like I said, that's okay. This is why you do your thumbs last. See how I'm just quickly like pinching that? And then you just peel it off. So easy. So much better than if you got polish on the side of your finger. And then you have to get it off. What a pain in the butt. Now, traditional polish, that is. This is polish. This is 100% nail polish. Now I'm going to do a double layer. Now with the second layer, you do have to be careful if you decide you don't like where you put it and you want to pick it up, because they are, it sticks much stronger onto itself. So now if you put it on and you see a little wrinkle, that's why I just do it gently first, okay? And then you can kind of pull one side, and then you can kind of pull the other, and then you just sort of stretch it over the top, and then you just smooth it out, okay? Smooth it out, and then, like I said, I like to pinch the end. I'm like loving this red. This is so pretty. And then you just, that's it, and you can toss that. So, I mean, it's been a few minutes and I got 3 nails done. I will do my other pointer. You're gonna peel the top, peel this layer. I won't bore you with all of my nails, but I am gonna do a few just so you get to see. And again, you're just going to place it as close to the cuticle as you can, as possible. And again, like I said, mine are super sticky, and you can kind of stretch. This one stuck under, so all right, I'm going to have to use a different one. And sometimes stuff happens, right? So that actually restuck to itself underneath, so I can't use the other side of this, but that's okay. I will use another strip. No big deal. So we do one like that. And so here, actually, here's a good difference between 2 coats and 1 coat. You can kind of see it's a little richer and it's a little more berry when you do just one. I think for this one, I will take this guy and just do a second layer, since I lost the other side to it. And this one I know is going to be a little bit smaller than my finger, so I am gonna, this is why I sit on them, to kind of, so I know I can manipulate a set if I need to. And then I'm just gonna do, now you can, some people anchor it back on the strip. I'll show you. Here's another little trick. Make sure it's back on the sticky side, because you don't want it to really stick, but you can anchor it on there if you want to, so your fingers aren't sticking it to it as you position, and then you can kind of position it that way. But you should do that prior to peeling off the clear plastic top part, because otherwise it see how it's flimsy and it's floppy? It'll just flop. I mean, you can still play around with it, but. And then you just place, right, and place on. Then you can kind of stretch to one side, stretch to the other. Sorry, I'm off camera. And then you just smooth over your edge, and that's it. And I have 4 done already. I'm going to pinch off the end to that one. So I'm not going to bore you with the rest. I'm going to continue doing them, and I will show you the finished product after. Thanks for watching.